Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2023. I'm Camille Martin, and this is Love to Lose, where I teach you how to love your life and lose the weight. And you can see from my Christmas tree in the background, it's not technically New Year's as I'm filming this, but by the time you see it, it will be. In this video, since I have been doing this for 5 years, I cannot believe it, I thought it would be really helpful to give a recap or just go back to the beginning and do a deep dive into why I am doing this. There's a very big why behind all of my content, why I talk about why diets don't work, and I talk about eating healthy and all of those things that are super important, but there's a why behind all of it, and I really want you to understand it and really take it all in so that you can finally change your perspective and really start to make permanent changes. So in this video, I'm going to talk again about why diets don't work. I'm going to get to the heart of why we keep doing it, even though we know deep down that it doesn't work. And then I want to talk about what does work and why it's so powerful and life-changing, not just for your body, but your entire existence. So, are you ready? Let's do it. So first, let's do a recap of why diets don't work. Diets don't work fundamentally because they create massive resistance. And the reason that's a problem is that if you are an emotional eater, like I was and still struggle with those tendencies, dieting is going to push you to actually engage in the behaviors that you're trying not to. And that's because if you eat emotionally, you have trained yourself to eat that way in response to painful feelings or feeling resistant in any kind of way, shape, or form. So when you feel this resistance, you're going to use willpower, you're going to succeed for a little while, but ultimately all of that resistance will build and you will cave in, give in, feel bad, and then go eat something, go binge eat or eat emotionally, just like you've trained yourself to do. So in that way, you can see how diets actually prevent you from losing weight, and that's obviously a huge problem. Another reason that diets don't work is that they're one size fits all. They don't take into account your personal preferences or your lifestyle. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're a working mom, maybe you don't have children. It doesn't take into account any of those things. So it's a problem. You know, your life is different from my life, from your mother's life or your sister's life or your best friend's life. So when you go on a diet and they're one size fits all, it may work for somebody temporarily, but not for you. And then when you fail and give up and quit, you feel like a failure. Another reason they don't work is that you don't learn anything. You don't change what you're doing consistently over time. And with that period of trial and error, that is what is involved in true learning, you miss all of that. So you're not changing your habits, and then none of those changes stick. So one of the biggest reasons that diets are not only do they not work and they backfire and prevent you from losing weight, they make you feel like a failure. And this is a huge problem because if you keep staying in that dieting cycle over and over and over again, your confidence is going to keep getting chipped away at over time, and you're ultimately going to feel like a massive failure. And like, if you can't lose 10 pounds, how are you even going to do anything? So it keeps you in this feeling of failure and lack of confidence. And this is part of what why I'm doing this, is that I want you to get out of that trap and that vicious cycle because you are truly so much more powerful than you think you are. So that overall is why diets don't work. And now let's talk about why, if we know they don't work, do we keep doing it? So why, if we know that diets don't work, why do we keep doing it? The answer is that we're desperate. We feel desperate to get rid of the weight by any means necessary. Why do we feel desperate though? The reason we feel desperate is that we have been brainwashed to believe that our looks are our potential, that what we look like matters most of all. And we get those messages from the media, from our culture, from well-meaning people around us. And nothing could be further from the truth. And you probably know all of this, that we see all these media messages and it makes us feel bad and it makes us feel like we're not worthy. But yet we keep doing it. And the reason why we do is because everyone around us is doing it and it looks normal. But I'm here to tell you that it's not. And this is the reason I'm doing this, is because we're all staying locked up in our houses, looking for the next big diet, trying to figure out ways to look perfect and to have no wrinkles in our photos and just to be perfect and to not be older or look like we're out of shape and, pretty much not even have one single flaw on our bodies. So this is a product of massive cultural brainwashing, and truly the only way to get out of it is to start living in your power. It's to stop living a small life, keeping yourself quiet, not speaking up, not saying if you're frustrated or angry, shoving all of that down, which is, by the way, part of how emotional eating starts, is by shoving down our feelings. Just not living in our power. So it's critically important for you to start living in a powerful way, because you truly are powerful. You just don't know that you are because you've been so far away from that version of yourself, the authentic, true version of yourself, and everyone around you is doing it too, so it feels normal, but it's not. So that's the big why behind why I'm doing this, and I did it for 25 years of my life, so that's why I'm so passionate about it. So how do we counteract all of that brainwashing? How do we start living in our power? I'm about to tell you, so here it is. How you start living from a place of power is that you set and achieve big goals. You set and achieve goals that have nothing to do with what you look like, goals that challenge you and stretch you and make you feel a sense of confidence that you're trying something that you feel like is slightly out of your reach. And everyone's big goal is going to look different. Maybe your big goal is to run a 5K, or your big goal is to start your own business, or your big goal is to take a trip to a foreign country, a place you've never been. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But setting the goal and then taking small baby steps toward its achievement gives you such a sense of joy and excitement and fulfillment. And that is what you have been lacking your entire life, that you've been spending it on a diet, trying to fix yourself from the outside in. When you start changing from the inside out, that's when your body changes on its own. And when you combine that with strategically and methodically changing your health habits over time, you do those two things together, you get exponential results. And it's really so easy. It's just a matter of shifting your perspective from negativity and shaming and self-hatred and just feeling like you're not worthy or you're less than because you don't look perfect. When you start setting and achieving big goals, you're taking your attention off of the negative and putting it on the positive. It's hard to counteract negative, but it's easier to reinforce the positive. So that is how you do it. And the most important thing about setting and achieving a big goal is how it makes you feel. That's how you build your confidence back up. That's how you start living in your power. And it's really so exciting because you don't have any idea what you're capable of. Your life is about so much more than what you look like, or losing the last 10 pounds, or getting all the wrinkles off of your forehead. If you stop and think about it, it's really absolutely just criminal what women are doing to themselves, what we're all doing to ourselves. And that's the biggest why, is that if you and everyone you know, all of your friends and every woman that you know who's been wasting her time trying to perfect herself from the outside in, just stopped. We all quit dieting. We all got excited about our lives and we started setting and achieving big goals together, the whole world would change overnight. And if that sounds dramatic, think about it. It's really not. That's why I'm doing this, because dieting and trying to fix yourself from the outside in is not just a waste of time, it's truly a waste of a life. With all that being said, and that big recap of the 5 years of content that I've been putting out, I have very exciting news. I'm not ready to release it just this soon, but I have got something truly exciting that I'm going to share with you that is going to be created for you. It's a place where you can put all of these things together in one place, where you can set and achieve goals and change your habits and do all of it in a very simple way. So I will share more about that soon in the next couple of months. But for now, just know that you were not put here to look perfect. You were not put here to get a bikini body. You were not put here to look young until the day you die. You are put here to reach your full potential, and that is my job to help you do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here next time on Love to Lose.